Real Madrid and Barcelona featured in a lot of headlines over the last 24 hours after Mino and Erling Haaland's dad took a road trip around Spain, a very public road trip, Jules, to discuss the future, of course, of Erling Haaland. This was a major media play, wasn't it?
It was huge, which is quite fascinating because, like all of us, they could have used Zoom and still have the same meeting with Joan Laporta or Florentino Perez or whoever you want. But no, they had to travel even in the middle of a pandemic. They made sure that everybody knew what time they were landing, where they were landing, at what time they were taking their cars or the train to go to Madrid. Well, it was just orchestrated so well that they made sure they had a TV crew everywhere they were pretty much going. And this is fine with me. They're going to go and meet all the clubs who are interested in Erling Haaland, and we know that Chelsea and City are probably next, and maybe there might be others on the way as well, and do all that sort of European road trip if you want, and then they will decide. It's just a show again of Raiola and Alfie Haaland, I guess, about how big their son and client is and how everybody, all the big teams in Europe want him.
But he's rubbish now because he didn't score in those 3 matches for Norway. Kylian Mbappe is rubbish as well now, by the way, because he didn't score in the last 3 matches for France, which has seen some criticism being thrown his way. This is what he had to say in response to that. Of course, it's tiring, especially when you play for a club in your country. When you give everything from your national team, it is different for the players who play abroad, who only come back to France for the national team. Me, I'm here all the time. So I'm spoken about a lot more, but I was aware of this context when signing for PSG. We will see for the future, of course, that critics play in my future decision-making too. Jules, this is interesting, isn't it? Because he's pretty much saying, because he's in France, everyone's having a go at him, and if he left, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, although he's intelligent enough, and so is his father, to know that if you come to England and the media here and the tabloids and everything, they're not always kind to you. If you go to Spain with the daily newspapers there, it's exactly the same. And wherever he will go, there will be critics if he doesn't play well. And by the way, the critics is more with the national team than with a club level, because Monaco and PSG has always been scoring loads of goals and winning a lot of things. If I take you back to 2018 and the World Cup, he was in such a mood in Russia that even after a good game like the Argentina one or the semi-final one, for example, he would not speak to us in the mix zone, even when he had been man of the match, because he was not happy with the things we were saying or writing. You know, for us, for ESPN, people in France, all of us, he was moody, so moody, because at 19-year-old, he didn't like that criticism when France won the World Cup eventually. So he clearly has an issue with that kind of criticism. I don't really understand why. And really, trust me, we are really good to him back home, even when he's not doing well like he did in this international break. But if he's not happy with that, I hope for him that he keeps scoring, because the day that stops domestically, then I think the critics will be even worse. And I'm not sure how much he's going to like that.
How much is that just a French thing, Jules?
It is maybe a lot of French. No, it's true, because he would really keep every day and he will know exactly what's being said on him, on radio, on TV, in the newspapers, Le Parisien, France Football, all of that. And maybe that's more of an impact on him than other players back home or in other countries. Certainly, he reads all his ratings and all the little comments and all of that, and he's certainly, clearly quite sensitive about it. So, but again, he's still young, but he will learn very quickly that in every country, if you're a footballer of very standing, if you don't score or don't do well, the critics are pretty quick to come on you, and I think that's just normal, that's just natural.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.